All right, good morning, cyber traders. Happy Monday. Welcome back, everybody, on the 17th of November. Good to see you all. Hopefully, everyone had a great weekend. Good to see you, Grant, Lawrence, everyone. Welcome back. All right, so another big week in earnings announcements coming out this week. Nvidia is obviously going to be the big one. It's probably the biggest event of the week. Traders depending that with the whole AI thing that's going on, this is going to be the big thing we'll be focused on. And I've been talking to some traders over the weekend and stuff. Nvidia is the elephant in the room, and if they disappoint on earnings, this could affect a lot of people, a lot of other things. AI obviously is driving the Nvidia stock price going up. We saw a little bit of a correction coming in. There was some really good buys last week on Nvidia. Let me just bring it up really quick. 180 was a huge support levels on Friday, and you see how it made a really nice comeback. I bought some Nvidia myself, and kind of worked out. It is backing off a little bit this morning, but it's going to get a little choppy. Now, the word on the street is Morgan Stanley is raising their S&P target. Some big banks are calling for a little bit of a big bull rally again. We'll see how that works out, but Nvidia is obviously going to be a lot. Also, the government is now open, so you're going to see a lot of economic data that was delayed. You're going to see job numbers come out, inflation data numbers are going to come out. The government shutdown did put a little pause, which is really hurting a lot of companies. I know a lot of other companies supposed to do some mergers. They couldn't get them done because of the government shutdown. So a lot of those things have been delayed and stuff like that. So we'll see how that works out. Then what we're going to be focusing on too. Let me bring up our earnings announcements right here. Hopefully everybody can see this. So we'll post this on our Twitter and X. So the guys have to worry about downloading it. But Walmart, Target, and Home Depot are going to be pretty big ones. So retailers is the week. All right, retailers is pretty big. Want to see what's going to happen with Webull. You have BJ's that's coming out. Lowe's is coming out. That's a big one. Nothing really here for today. Really it's going to start kicking in tomorrow. The Home Depot one. What else you got there that's pretty big? These are usually the most popular ones. Early morning. You don't really trade Home Depot that much. But Target, Wick is a pretty good one. TJ Maxx is a pretty big. Lowe's all in the morning. And then that Wednesday afternoon, everyone's going to be focusing on that. You see, that is literally that's the elephant in the room. There's no one really coming out with big earnings other than Nvidia. And then Thursday, you got Walmart. That's going to be a pretty big one. That is a big elephant in the room that day. Gap, not really. Webull, we've been watching that. Intuit, we've been watching that too. We trade that once in a while. Raw Stars, they also have a little bit too, and BJ's before the close. So that's it's retail week. So we're going to keep an eye on that. But Nvidia is obviously the one we're going to keep an eye on. Now, as of Friday, let me tell you, it was a really, really good Friday. A lot of stocks made some really big runs. We had a nice little pop on the Tesla trade. I bought some more of that. We saw Nvidia. Palantir also had a really nice bounce. Just everything bounced really, really nicely. A couple of small cap stocks also we did pretty well. Applied Materials, we'll call that too much of a small cap, but was right around the $40 price range, down 50%, bounced right around that $20 price range. That one pretty good. What else we had? The CYCU, I think it was. Yeah, that one that was a cheap one. That one did pretty well. CYCP, oops, was that right? No, CSIQ. That one had a nice little move too. That one bounced. That one's continued to go up little by little. Was that Canadian Solar, I believe? Yeah, all the solar stocks obviously also picking up. Stocks that got really crushed on Friday. It was some really nice shorts. The SOC was pretty big. MSTR just getting hammered. Once it broke that 250, I'm feeling there could be a buy there. The Donald Trump stock obviously getting crushed itself too, breaking all-time lows. So that's not looking too good for that one. OKLO, a lot of we got a couple of bounces on the nuclear stocks. That one, Revvion was another one that took a little bit of a hit after making a nice little rally. So I don't know if that was a short squeeze or whatever, but it was a really, really nice day on Friday to trade. Really, really nice day. Shockingly, usually it's not like that, but did pretty well. Now, as we're going into this morning hours, so we're going to keep an eye on the video. It's going to be a choppy week. Okay, I really think so. It's going to be a really choppy week. Until then, we'll see how the retail is. But that one, Nvidia, is going to be the big one on it. Because remember, it's going to trickle down. It's not about Nvidia. Quantum stocks get affected by it. Any AI stocks out there could be affected by it. Even Microsoft get affected by it. But now on the gainers list, we did have a couple of stocks that were moving pretty decently. You have this stock right here, this AMIX. It's moving up pretty nicely. Very cheap little stock. Over $1, which is important. 44%, 71,000 shares. AMIX. We'll keep an eye on that one. SGML was moving up pretty nicely after 8 o'clock, and then now it's starting to come down about. I was checking the iceberg orders right here, and I saw that a little bit of it. A couple of buyers out here around $8, but it got close to 10. It started backing off, so it looks like sellers starting to show up right there. ZYME, another one, flat stock, gapped up and then flat. GLMD, this one's a nice little cheap one, 29,000 shares. She's holding here pretty strong. As in iceberg orders go, not really seeing too much. Looks kind of messy. A couple of orders out here around 160, 164. Someone showed up about $120. It's not too crazy about it. GLMD. SSP, not really that much, but I am seeing a move on some quantum stocks. QUBT had a really nice bounce. The stock was 25 down to 10, got really good to close to these support levels. This stock obviously right in the last, right after hours, and this is really rare on a Friday. Big pop, everything we're looking for going into the close, but unfortunately did it after hours. And she's still moving up pretty nicely. So I want you to keep an eye on the quantum stocks. Now, remember what we learn in class, what we teach you here at CyberTrading University is that when you get a little bit of a correction in the market, the stocks that you want to attack are the ones that got beat up the most. Those are the ones that bounce the best. So, like the quantum stocks, they did move pretty well. And obviously we're going to keep an eye on that. New York Stock Exchange, I didn't really see that much out there. Here's the ETF of the quantum stock QUBX, which is off the QUBT, and that's about it. I didn't really see anything on the New York Stock Exchange that I liked. Everything looked kind of stale out there. So, like anything else, it is Monday. Here's Tesla, the one we've been trading, TSLL. It's coming down a little bit right here. A lot of support levels right around here, 1550, but 16 was pretty decent. So let's be a little careful today on the Monday. It's coming back from the weekend. The Dow is down right now about 82 points. S&P's down just a little bit. I'm getting a little bit of reds on there, so probably not going to see anything till about 9:30 opens up. So the list is really small. Not a lot out there, but we'll see if something pops up. Anything we're missing I did not call out, cyber traders? Anything else? All right, just quick announcements. I just want to tell everybody today is we start our new phase of the class, phase 1. Remember, we have 3 phases of our courses, 1, 2, and 3. There are 4 lessons in each. So if today's a very important lesson. We're going to focus specifically on chart principles and chart patterns today on phase 1. So it's the beginning part of our training, and also you have Traders Talk today, which is a very popular lesson that we're going to be doing today at 12 o'clock. So this is going to be a pretty busy week with training going into next week and so on. Now, remember, next week here in the United States, for some of you who don't know this, the market is closed on the 27th. It is Thanksgiving. So, and then Friday, the 28th is a half day. So the last day to pay period ends next week. So let's try to get this, let's try to finish up on a good week. Now, remember also, we're sending out a big email. We got our Black Friday deals are coming on. I know a lot of people have been holding off until those Black Friday deals are coming up. So if you are interested, we will be promoting it. Check your emails, check your inboxes. We're very limited seats on some of those. So make sure you guys jump on it before we sell out. All right, guys? We'll be back in about less than 20 minutes. We'll get ready for the open. If you're watching on social media, if you want to come join our trading floor, as always, here's the QR code. just click on that, scan it with your phone, and you can come and join our room. And if you're new here to Cyber Trading University and you did start your new trial starting this week, make sure you talk to education advisor. Make sure you watch those training videos that we gave you. And don't forget to read my book, all right, that we gave to you as a gift. Good luck, everybody. Me, Josh, and Rich will be back here in less than 20 minutes. Good luck, everyone.